Are you having issues with your Cayman or 991? Anything with a 9 Alpha 1 or Mary Alpha 1 engine? You're noticing that your car is not performing as it did when it was new. You're noticing correctly. It's not that you're used to it. What happens is you will get carbon buildup on the intake valves, and this vehicle will actually run a little bit more rich. You will also notice oil consumption goes up. Why? Because of blow-by. Oil now is being diluted by fuel, and that results in more oil consumption because now the oil is thinner and it blows by the piston rings. If you can see, our valves are now fully cleaned on the intake side. All the ports and the valves are like brand new. In our previous video, we showed this exact car that came in here with a different problem, starter issue. So we replaced the starter, checked the valves, they were caked up, dirty. Customer had us do it. That way he doesn't have to worry about it later. Porsche does not really do this. The dealership doesn't really recommend doing carbon blasting. They don't really, as far as I know, the manufacturer's not really acknowledging that there's a problem. But this goes for all direct injecting vehicles. Fords, BMWs, Audis. Porsches are actually the least affected. They don't have as big of an issue. Their AOS system works pretty well, and they're the least affected with carbon buildup. These engines are just about problem-free. They're very reliable cars. I love these vehicles. They're much better than the M96, M97, 996, 997 naturally aspirated engines here. And I'll explain kind of, if y'all haven't watched some of my other direct fuel injecting videos, that's your fuel rail. These are your high pressure injectors, and they're actually directly going into the heads. They're, instead of being ported how they used to be on the intake, washing the valves, that way the valve stays clean, they now are direct injection. So the job of a AOS system is to separate the oil from the moisture, revent the moisture back into the intake, and that's what allows carbon to be caked up. And that happens worse when you have high oil consumption. So we recommend to all our customers, change your oil every 4,000 miles. You will more likely prevent it. We also use top tier gas. Best gas that we found to be the best with testing is Shell. Right now the best gas that we use when we tune. They also run much better. So if you have a problem with your vehicle, have your Porsche technician that you use check, and if they tell you that, hey, you have carbon buildup, the car's running good, there's no check engine light, don't worry about it. Well, it's kind of like clogged arteries. You're not going to get a heart attack right away. It takes time. So it's the same concept. You may not have any symptoms, you may develop some symptoms, but there is a problem. These computers are very good at adjusting for issues. The RCATs, when they see insufficient airflow, they pretty much try to decrease the injection duty cycle. So that doesn't always happen on cold start, obviously, because cold start is pretty much like a choke mode. And then you get excessive fuel contamination in your oil, blow-by, and all that good stuff. So be sure to get your car maintained. 40, 50,000 is typically where we see carbon really building up. Definitely 60 and 70, it's pretty bad. Right there's a special tool that inserts where the crankshaft is to rotate it. It's a pain in the neck because there's no room here, so it's always best. We have a special modified tool that we use, but most of the shops will tell you that our specialty shops, they'll tell you that we got to remove the engine because there's not a lot of clearance here for the device for carbon blasting. Here's the adapter we use. So pretty much this adapter, we have tape to keep it sealed, but as you see, it's at an angle, and there's a problem with this adapter fitting in there properly due to not enough room. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video helped somebody with a possible runnability issue. And if you have a vehicle in your local here in Charlotte, North Carolina, Matthews Indian Trail area, I'd be more than happy to take you in and get you scheduled in. Just give us a call. These videos are informational. These are not DIY videos. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.